4-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll get this one up to the 26. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's second down. Dalton looking. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
There you go, 368.
Here's Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook, and he stopped immediately there. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Second down, Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Rhino!
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Dalton sets up play action. Now he steps away. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. And got his man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Passing, it's Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got a decision to make here on 4th down and 2. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Andy Dalton. And Eifert has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Mixon with a 1st down carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. To Mixon on the check down. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
368. They go 368.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Dalton here from the gun, escaping the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Flashed the nice move, but only able to get to the 10 with it. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Gone.
Handoff comes to Cook, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. His throw incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dalton. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play. Back at the 46. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
We're good.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Working out of the gun. Cousins buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Spurs. Wide. Zebra.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had a different...
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They pitch it out to Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. To throw, Cousins. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Cousins now throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. So he got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
They go play action here on 1st down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Go, on the ball! On the ball!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And as he sees the play clock ticking down, Marvin Lewis decides to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there from 3 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, oh, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Gun!
Cousins to throw it this time. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Gun!
From the gun, here's Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Rush it! Wide! Wait, hard!
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Yellow!
Throwing is Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Oh, passing it. Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single.